Stadium here in Glendale. Today, two NFC clubs going head-to-head, as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Arizona Cardinals. And he's able to get up here to the 26. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. A first carry down. This is Williams. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now they'll fake the jet sweep here and throw off play action. No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a 3rd down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch. And most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Pulled in at the 24. A little juke. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. So good field position for the Cardinals as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Now the veteran workhorse. Here's James Conner. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Murray now to throw. That pass completed to Dortch. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
To throw is Murray. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week, but they failed on that 3rd down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. Xavier Smith deep for L.A. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
To throw is Stafford. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
3rd and 9 here. Out of the gun, Stafford. And it is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First catch of the game for Adams, so he's got a first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Now a play fake it at Stafford. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Following that fumble recovery, it's Murray. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam, but notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
On first down, it's Benson. And able to get this to the 31.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Here's Murray. And this will be swung out here for counter.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 14. We're scoreless after 1. Back in Arizona, 2nd quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the gun, Murray. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays? You can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
Benson is in. Touchdown, Arizona. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field.
Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it. And if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
2nd and 10.
Stafford.
Going to be taken in here by Nakua. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 35. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
Now Stafford.
Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do in that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Davante Adams from 10 yards out.
And the Rams are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Oh, good move. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Murray going to throw. Got his man. It's Deutsch. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It'll be an Arizona first down on a gain of 17.
First down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
To throw, it's Murray. Going up top. Oh, and that is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's a quick throw to McBride. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Throwing again, Murray. Goes right back to McBride. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. He's got this downfield to McBride. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That goes for a gain of 31.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Second down, ball on the 3, first down marker at the 1-yard line. He releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open, just a split second too late on the release. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. So on 4th down, out comes Chad Ryland for the Arizona field goal. This from 25 yards out. And his kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So after the field goal, Ryland back out as he'll send this one away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Rams about to go on offense one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Now Stafford. Pass complete there in the clear. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Here now, 3rd and a yard. Stafford. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Instead of a 3rd and 1 run, they go pass, and they get 12 yards out of it.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Again, it's Stafford. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. The final shot before the break, Stafford. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And a little floater there is incomplete. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Brings up 2nd down.
Murray a give. This is counter. A little power on the move that time, but still tackled shy of the 20. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Zone coverage there, they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
On that punt, we've got a man shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively, just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. He can rack up those tackles in bunches in the run game from that middle linebacker spot.
And what he has to do is make sure he congratulates the guys in front and tells them thanks a lot, because as the guy in the middle, the Mike linebacker, you're counting on your front three, your front four, your front five, whatever you've got in front of you to take up all the blocking, allow you to roam and hit, and that's what he did on that play.
They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. And he is caught. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Again to Williams, running right. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Now it's Stafford. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Smith. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 41-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 41. They'll hand it off now. Williams. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Getting out a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 3.
They run it again with Williams. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
So they wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack, but that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Here's Stafford.
Smith brings it in, going across the middle.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 18. Needed 13, they got 14 on 3rd down.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
Back to throw, Stafford.
Yeah, he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And it's second down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Man, and he hits it in stride.
And the Rams are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line.
Baron Browning collapses the pocket and drops him for a loss of 3.
On any first and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss. Not a big one, but any loss of yardage in this position is tough for an offense.
And he's got it. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles.
The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Rams have taken a fourth-quarter lead.
And this is something right out of the Philadelphia playbook. They were successful running this with Jalen Hurts. But this is a copycat league, so if it works for them, everyone thinks it'll probably work for us. And here, it does.
The extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is now 14-10. Kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air.
And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field.
And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 26.
He'll set up to throw. And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes.
A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
But found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Murray now.
That's caught by Wilson.
And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st.
Well, Brandon's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
Well, the defense circling now, 4th down and 7.
Now Murray's got to have this one. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Again, it's Williams. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. The Cardinals forced to burn their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. As they take the knee.
Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say so long and sign off from the desert. it.